Hi, good morning everyone. I am your teacher for today, Teacher Shelly. I am deeply honored to welcome you all to launch a 4-hour Maritime English course. Before we begin to our first lesson for this week, I want to take a moment to express my deepest gratitude to Gumyong Shipping Seafarers Union. Making a specialized course like this is a reality, no, that requires a lot of hard work, resources, and dedication, of course. And then we truly could not have done this without the incredible support and backing we receive from the union. By investing in this program, the Gumyong Shipping Seafarers Union has shown once again that they don't just care about the work of our crew does, but they deeply care about our seafarers' safety, the career growth, and the personal development. And since English is the global language of the seas, thanks to the union's generosity, and our seafarers now have a vital opportunity to master this language, boosting their confidence on board and ensuring everyone stays safe while, of course, navigating the international waters. Okay? Now to the leadership and members of the Gumyong Shipping Seafarers Union, thank you for believing in this vision and for your unwavering support of our maritime community. No, and to our students, let's make the most of this wonderful opportunity, okay? So thank you and welcome to our course, all right? So we are now on our week 75th, day 1 of our Maritime English. So welcome everyone. Okay, so for today, our lesson is the continuation from our previous weeks, the security, okay, which is the part 1. Okay, so the first level of our emergency call was Mayday, right? It was Mayday, which means a distress call, right? And then we have the second one. The second level is the Panpan, which means an urgency call, right? It's an urgency call. And now for our third level, okay? For our third level, which is the security. Okay? Now, we have to learn about the introduction of security. We have to learn the meaning. Okay? What does it mean? And what is the purpose of this? Why do we have to learn this one? And the procedures. How are we going to address security? All right? So, introduction. So, the content of our lesson is introduction to maritime safety communication. Okay. Second, why security is needed by the seafarers. All right? And then, when are we going to use this one? This type of level. Okay? And then, how are we going to transmit a message? How are we going to deliver this one? And then, what are the common examples? And the last part is the question and answer. Okay? Now, for the introduction to maritime safety communication, this is actually is how, or the meaning, or what is the meaning of security. Okay? Now, this one grasp phonetic rules. Okay? The meaning and the historical roots. We have to learn this one as we go on with our discussion. We will evaluate the importance. Okay? Why do we have to learn security? Okay? And then we will analyze where or what level is security during an emergency call. So we will distinguish it from Mayday and Pan-Pan. Okay? Since I mentioned earlier, Mayday is the distress call, the level 1 of emergency call. The second one is the Pan-Pan, which is the urgency call. And we have now the level 3, which is the security. All right. Safety. Okay. So, we also have to learn the trigger scenarios, meaning what are those cases. Okay? Why we have to make an emergency call in this level. And the last thing to learn is how are we going to transmit or communicate or deliver the message to an error-free compliant. Alright? Okay. Let's start what is the end part, or what do we benefit in learning security level. So at the end of this lesson, okay, you will be prepared to identify. You will assess yourself, and you will deliver safety messages, okay, in order to learn why security is important. Okay, the safety measures and the other equipments to use. Okay, so at the end part of this lesson, I'm pretty sure you will, or the students will benefit from this topic. Alright? Okay. So next. Okay. Now, maritime emergency hierarchy. Okay. So, these are the 3 levels as mentioned. Under radio protocols, communications are categorized into 3. Okay. The standardized level to ensure the proper priority routing on safety frequencies. Okay. So, alright. So, here. First is Mayday. This is the first level, right? The distress level. As mentioned before in our previous lesson, this is the immediate danger. or there is an immediate danger to life or the vessel itself. For example, there's a threat of sinking. Call for a mayday. There's a fire ongoing on board, or there's a serious medical trauma happen. So commands absolute frequency silence is done. Okay? Make a mayday call. There's a life-threatening, or for the vessel itself, there's an imminent danger. Next level, the second level is pan-pan. Right? Meaning, that is the urgency level. Okay? The difference between the two, though both needs assistance, pan-pan has no life-threatening situation. Okay? No life-threatening. That's the difference between the two. Okay? Only you need help. Still you need help. Okay? But no immediate or loss of life or vessel risk in this situation. Example to this is like the mechanical failure. You need assistance to this. Okay? Maybe you lost maneuverability, or there's minor injuries on board. Alright? Now let's go to security, the third level. Also, they call it the safety level. Alright. Here in security, there are also critical navigational hazards present. And also like there's an extreme weather changes. Or maybe you encounter something that there's an active floating debris. Okay? Now, here, it does not indicate a direct distress. Commonly, or shall we say, in security level, you are thinking of the safety of others also. So by making a security call, you are also thinking of the vessel within the vicinity. So it's simply informing that there is something danger that any vessel will encounter. Okay? So it does not indicate a direct distress, but you are informing other vessels also. Alright? Like, for example, you were able to receive an extreme bad weather condition. Right? So, since you were able to receive that kind of info or information, in order to think also of the safety of the other vessels within the vicinity, you make a security call. That's for the safety level, the third level. Alright? So that's what maritime emergency hierarchy means. This is the level 1. This is the level 2. And this is the level 3. Okay? So, next. Okay. from the start, we kept on discussing about about security. Now, what is this all about? Okay. This is an internationally recognized marine radio safety signal. Alright, security. This is how we are going to pronounce it. Say, cure, ray, pay. Okay? Security. Security. Okay. This is used to warn nearby vessels about an active, a localized navigation, or a heavy weather hazards. Okay? By initiating a broadcast with this type of signal, okay, the deck officers now command the attention of all the ships listening within the VHF coverage range. Alright? Because you are informing them, you are giving them a warning that there is something wrong that they will encounter. Maybe, as I said, heavy weather hazards. Alright? Or maybe there is an active floating debris. Okay? So, this is what security all about. And then, it originates from the French term word, security, meaning, in English, safety. Okay? So, security is a French language or a French term, which means safety in English. Alright. So, why do you think Mayday, Pan-Pan, and security derived from French term? Alright. Historically, French serve as the primary international language for maritime before, no? Before. Maritime, in postal, and in the telegraphic conventions. Okay? And also in fostering seamless global standardization. But today, English standard is used, not French anymore. Okay? To ensure that all seafarers respond instantly to any critical hazard warnings. Okay? That's why from French term or language, they now use English. That's the reason why we are here discussing Maritime English course. Right? Okay. Okay. What is the main purpose? Why do we need to learn about security? Okay. Security, the primary mandate of a security alert is to inform other vessels or to advise other vessels of an imminent low localized navigation risks. Localized, only in this area. Now, why it is important? In order for the other vessels to be informed or to warn, okay? To allow the master of this or the captain of this vessel to adjust course beforehand, because you are informing them that there's a localized navigational hazard or weather hazard here or risk. Okay? Never send a security call for medical distress or a fire on board or a sinking vessel or any other immediate life-threatening situations. Never make a distress or mayday call on that situation. Okay? Now, example for making a security call, as I said, there's a severe localized storms. There's a floating debris or container. Also, there's a naval military maneuvers. And there's a malfunction of navigational lighthouses. Those are examples that you will make a security call. Alright? That's the purpose. Okay. SOLAS, Safety of Life at Sea, IMO, International Maritime Organization, GMDSS, the Global Maritime Distress Safety System, ITU, which is the International Telecommunication Union. These are all the regulations, okay, the international regulations that are governed strictly by international treaties. Alright? So, with SOLAS, the safety of life at sea, of course, it dictates the ship safety equipment protocols, the watchkeeping duties of the crew, and the active reporting of the hazardous weather rules. Alright? Safety of life at sea. This is all about, you think of the safety of the crew and the vessel. Now with IMO, the International Maritime Organization, they are the ones who made or not made, they are the ones who conceptualize why we are studying the SMCPs or the maritime phrases, especially during emergency. It defines the exact vocabulary, no? To resolve operational language gaps during a crucial radio broadcast, especially if there's different nationalities on board, not just on board, different since we have different nationalities of seafarers. Okay? Now, we also have GMDSS, the Global Maritime Distress and Safety System. This one mandates a continuous automated listening watches on international distress, right? In emergency and the safety bands of the crew and the vessel. Okay? We also have the ITU, the International Telecommunication Union. Okay? It says here that this is the radio regulations. Okay? This one controls the frequency channels globally. Alright? Okay. So, who can send a security? Alright. First are the Coast Guards. Second, the port and the VTS authorities. Third is the master or the captain. And also the naval and air authorities. So these four are the ones responsible who can only send security. Alright? The Coast Guards, the port and VTS authorities, the vessel masters or the captains, and the naval and air authorities. Okay? Alright. So, communication channels. So, we have VHF channel 16. We have the MFHF bands. We have the Navtex and the DSC terminal. Now, under the GMDSS framework, okay, the safety messages are scheduled. They are coordinated and they are announced over a suite of analog and automated digital channels like the VHF channel 16. Okay? This is the initial announced frequency before moving to a working channel. So this one is the VHF channel 16. We also have here the MFHF bands, which is the standard safety frequencies, which is used for mid to long-range ocean broadcast. Okay? Long range. Far ocean broadcast. We also have the Navtex. Okay. This is the automated print alerts sent directly to the bridge terminals. Okay? And we also have the DSC terminal, the digital selective calling. Okay? DSC alerts that ring alarm systems prior to speech. Okay? So all of these are the primary transmission channels under the GMDSS framework. Alright? Next. Okay. Why security is needed, especially by the seafarers. Alright. First, of course, is to protect human life or the crew itself. Okay? Now, 80 to 85%, okay, shows that if there's a human error, okay, the standard GMDSS safety alerts significantly lower panic-driven mistakes, okay, by offering a critical breach pre-warnings of up to an hour. Okay, so your early reaction time, okay, for sending the security call provides crew members enough time to react safely. Okay, if you were able to send a security call early. Alright? So, the first reason why security is needed is to protect human life or the crew itself on board. Alright? Secondly, why security is needed is preventing collisions. So, by broadcasting security alerts, the ships are actively warned about the immediate or the localized dangers ahead. Of course, you can easily adjust the course. Alright? And then you can also overcome the blind spots. So you can prevent collisions by simply broadcasting security alerts. Other ships now are warned, okay, that there's a localized or there's an immediate look, dangers ahead. You can now adjust, okay? So you can prevent collisions, accidents. So security is needed in this situation. The third one why security is needed is ecological shield. Okay? If there's something wrong in this area, or maybe if there's an oil spills or pollution, call for a security alert in order for this vessel to avoid this area. Okay? So, by coordinating shipping maneuvers in sensitive bays like this, global maritime industry maintains a structural balance and it avoids now a long-term toxic hazards. Now, by simply sending a security alert, this vessel now can avoid if there is a localized oil spill or pollution in this area. Alright? So that's ecological shield. Why security is needed. The fourth one is supporting navigation. Okay. Now, since physical charts, okay, the physical charts takes weeks to publish officially, safety broadcasts, okay, are done. Okay, like for example, in this area, there's a moving sandbars, or there's a freshly damaged buoys, or there's a temporary dredging zones happening in that area, on that area. Now, since physical charts take weeks to publish officially, okay, you will send a security alert to others, informing them of the localized changes happening. Okay? So, you can now start with the chart corrections. Okay? You can keep the vessel strictly aligned, no? With correct deep water coordinates. Okay? And through security, you can send it through the VHF speech outputs, okay, with the active ECDIS monitor parameters. The other vessel can now change the course that there's a localized problem on that area, on that specific area. So, supporting navigation is also one of the reasons why security is needed in this situation. Okay? The fifth reason, weather awareness. This is very common. As mentioned, if there's a localized weather risks like storms and typhoons, there's a thick fog, there's a strong currents in that area, call for a security. And hazard awareness. Like for example, there's a drifting containers here. There's an ice or icebergs, or there's a fouling hazards. Call for a security to inform also other vessels, to warn them. Alright, and then another, the traffic management. Okay. Traffic management like this, in this situation, security acts as a voice tool for managing a crowded or a complex or a restricted waterways. Okay? There should be a vessel coordination. So make a security alert in this. Or maybe there's a scheduled military live firing ranges, no? You have to inform. Okay? So, traffic management is needed. Is one of the reasons why security is needed. And then another is the emergency preparedness. Okay. Of course, if there's emergency, you can warn other vessels, you can inform other vessels so that they can change their course early. Okay? And then also, you can save ship fuels, for example, no? It prevents an engine strain to your vessel. Okay? So, in situations like this, you can advance, warn the other vessels, okay, so that they can adjust their travel plans or their course. Okay? Now, so we're done with why security is needed. Now, here, when are we going to use security? Okay. First, as I said, if there's a weather risk, reduced visibility and fog. Okay, you could hardly see. Okay, when dense ocean fog or there's a localized smog, it restricts horizontal sight to under half nautical mile. So, in this kind of situation, make a security calls to warn the nearby vessels, okay, and also to prevent collision. Because if there's a heavy if there's a heavy fog or smog, it's very dangerous because you can see each other. Okay? So there's a visual navigation threats here present. If there's a thick fog, there's a reduced visibility. Okay? So collision, of course, is at risk here. So that's one way why we are going to make a security call. Another is there's a meteorological force. Okay? There's a typhoon and gale. Okay? Severe approaching storms. Okay? Fronts require active warnings to allow the smaller or less stable ships to seek shelter, or they will divert paths early. Okay? Meteorological force. Now, any weather system classified as gale force 8 or higher, okay, on the Beaufort scale, qualifies for an automatic security call. Gale force 8 or higher. Alright? So, when security is needed, okay, if there's a meteorological force present. Yes, another is the floating container risks. This is what I mentioned earlier. Annually, actually, there is around 20,000 plus cargo containers are lost at sea. Annually. So drifting into active shipping channels, they present a severe structural puncture risks to high-speed hulls. Okay? Now, lost steel cargo containers act as steel icebergs. Okay? It acts as steel icebergs at sea. And this one floats just inches above or just below the surface. So this is dangerous. Okay? That's why if you happen to see this at sea, in order to warn also other vessels that is passing through this localized area that there's a floating debris or a container that acts as a steel icebergs, make a security alert right away. Okay? Number 4, navigational aids missing. Okay. This one, your buoys. Okay? Or the lighthouse. There's no light for the lighthouse. And example for your AIS, if it happens to be offline, make a security alert right away. Because if there's an infrastructure failures, okay, your key channels lose their visual guides, markers. So it's not safe, right? It's not safe for the vessel. Because sometimes storms, can drag these heavy marker buoys off station, or maybe the lighthouse is damaged. Okay? Or sometimes your AIS, your automated or your automatic identification system hazard is offline. So, whenever your lighthouse is not functional, your AIS is offline, and when you happen to encounter the buoy is off station, make a security alert right away. Because that is your navigational aid or aids. Alright? That is your markers. For military practice zones, for number 5, yes, sometimes it happens. Military practice zones. So, security is important here. In order to inform other vessels or in order to warn other vessels that there is a military practice in the area, that there's a live fire ongoing, right? Because active military exercises require the exclusion of civilian traffic from their designated quadrants, no? So, whenever you encounter this military practice, there's an ongoing military practice, you right away make a security call for the safety also of the other vessels in order for them to be warned, no? Okay. Now, another is a geological hazards. Alright. So, geological hazards. Okay. For example, there's a volcanic eruption. So, there's a sudden offshore volcanic eruption, spew immense. There's a toxic clouds of fine silicate ash across water pathways. Yes. You have to make a security call whenever you encounter a volcanic eruption. Because volcanic ashes are harmful. Okay? They are harmful. And it can also imagine a volcanic ash that is absorbed or inhaled by the engine of the vessel. It can choke, no, the diesel engine air filters. So it can cause damage in time. And also, if there's a volcanic eruption, it can also cause an absolute zero visibility. That's why security is needed. Security alert is needed. That is under geological hazards. Okay? That is when security is performed. Another is environmental oil spills. Yes, like this. So security messages are dispatched here immediately upon detecting major offshore chemical or crude oil spills. Automatically make a security message or alert. Alright? Because it minimizes chemical exposure risk to the other passing ship. Okay? It also prevents from entering the containment boom areas. Okay? By making a security alert or message, they can secure right away this area. Okay? So, it is very important once you encounter this, make a security alert right away. That's it. Now, how to transmit a security message? How are we going to deliver security? How to make a security message or alert? First is the station protocol. You make station call like all stations. You make it 3 times. Next, you identify your vessel 3 times also. Like for example, all stations. This is Grand Orion. This is MV Grand Orion. This is MV Grand Orion. Alright? Next step. Position reporting. You have to identify. You have to make or you have to say your current position by using your latitude and the longitude. Okay? The exact location. Northwest 780 degrees, southwest 20 degrees, or if there's a major landmark, you mentioned that. Okay? And then, the third one is the nature of warning. You have to identify why are you giving or sending or making a security message. You inform them that there's a floating container or the buoy, okay? There's a missing buoy, or the navigation aid failure, your AIS is offline, or the lighthouse failed. So, you identify the hazard. Okay? Next, the fourth step. What can you advise? Okay? Why are you making a security message or alert? So you have to say it like, for example, there's a restricted area here. Keep clear of the specified hazard. Or you avoid the area, you avoid the restricted area because there's a rocky, okay, outflops. So you have to keep clear. Another is you will advise that they will reduce the speed in this area, or maybe there's a shallow water in this area. And you can also advise them that they will maintain lookout. They have to maintain vigilant for obstacles. Okay? So, after giving or identifying the nature of warning, you mentioned the safety advice. Why you are making a security message. Right? So for number 5, repeat important information. Now, in order or to ensure the comprehension is clear, always repeat the critical information, specifically the vessel's position, because they will only have an idea with your location if you will give them the exact vessel's position. Alright? Repeat important information. And once you end the security call or message or alert, say out. Conclude the safety call with the standard radio term out. Meaning, you end the transmission of the security message. Now, let's combine everything now to complete the example. Okay. So you will mention security, security, security. All stations, all stations, all stations. This is MV Pacific Star. This is MV Pacific Star. This is MV Pacific Star. Floating container at position. Northwest 20 degree. Northwest 30 degree. Proceed with caution. Out. So, this is how you are going to send a security message or your safety message.
Alright? That's the complete example on how to send security. Again, security, 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 all stations, all stations, all stations. This is MV Pacific Star. This is MV Pacific Star. This is MV Pacific Star. Floating container at position, northwest 20 degree, northeast 20 degree. Proceed with caution, out. Okay? That's how simple it is to send a security alert or security message. Okay. I will give you common examples. Alright. Navigation in fog. When visibility is reduced, no? So this is how. Security, 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 all stations, all stations, all stations. This is MV Oceanic. This is MV Oceanic. This is MV Oceanic. Reduce visibility to 200 meters due to thick fog. Position 48 degree, 12 north, 123 degree, 25 west. Proceed with caution, out. That is if there's navigation hazard, like zero visibility. Another example in reporting. Okay? The same. The only difference is why you are making a security. Like for example, for oil spill, you can just say large oil slick, observe extending. Alright? There's an oil spill here. Another example, drifting logs, this one. Okay? You can just mention large deadhead log drifting, submerged at the entrance to active pass. Okay? You mentioned that. Another example, the lighthouse, your aids in navigation. Okay? There's, for example, there's no light. Okay? Or report, for example, the buoy is off station. Or the light, major light is unlit. Okay? You can mention that. And then another, if there's a military exercises ongoing, you can mention that naval firing exercise in Nanos Bay area, vessels requested to keep 5 nautical miles clear of HMS Destroyer. So by doing that, other vessels can now alter their course. Okay? And another, a cable laying. There's a cable laying in the area. So, you can give advice like by give a wide berth, or you can say avoid crossing ahead of the working vessel, or maybe you can say that watch for towed arrays or trailing cables. You can mention that. Okay? Another example, underwater operations. Yes, if someone is doing under, no? There's a divers under. You can just say diving operations in progress at third beach. Maintain 100 meters clearance and slow speed. You can say it. You can mention that in your reason why you are calling for a security message or call or alerts. Another, yes, if there's an ongoing search and rescue operations, right? You can say that all stations, Coast Guard radio, search in progress for 14 feet while runabout, vicinity of Bowen Island, all vessels requested to keep sharp lookout. Yes, if there's an ongoing search and rescue operations, you can send a security message. Alright. Okay. So, let's go to our question and answer. Okay. So, question number 1. What does the maritime signal security mean? Alright, it's so very easy. I know everyone knows this. I know from Kim Young, he knows this already. It's so very easy, right? So, is it A, B, C, or D? Security. Yes, it's all about safety. Right? Because distress is all about mayday. Right? And then for urgency, it's all about, yes, I heard it right. It's pan-pan. So for security, it's safety. Alright. Okay, and then for number 2, which maritime emergency signal has the highest, alright, priority? Okay, as mentioned, no? Which maritime emergency signal has the highest priority? It's letter D, of course, the mayday, which is the distress call signal. Okay, and then for number 3, why is security message transmitted? So basically, security message is transmitted because to broadcast important navigational or weather safety information or the warning, right? That is the reason why we send security message. And then the 4th one, which organizations, regulations include the use of security messages? Which international organizations, regulations? Of course, it's IMO, of course, the International Maritime Organization, right? And then, for number 5, which of the following is not normally authorized to transmit a security message? Not. Of course. Which one? I know for sure. Yes, it's the passengers. They are not allowed to transmit a security message. It's only the Coast Guards, the VTS or the Vessel Traffic Service, and the vessel's master. They are only allowed except for the passengers. And then for number 6, which communication channel is commonly used to broadcast an initial security call? This is so very easy. I know everyone can answer this one correctly. Which communication channel is commonly used to broadcast an initial security call? Yes, it's the channel 16. Right? This is the only channel. Okay, for number 7, which of the following situations requires a security message? Is it A, B, C, or D? Which one requires a security message? Yes, there is a floating container drifting in a shipping lane. You are informing, you are warning, you are giving security alert or message to the other vessels that is passing the shipping lane. Alright? That's why send a security message. Alright? For number 8, what information should be included in a security message? Alright. What information should be included in a security message? Of course, the position, right, of the hazard and the safety warning. Isn't it? You will mention your vessel's name, the reason why you're sending the message, the security message, why you are sending the security message, your exact position, and the reason. Right? So, the information should be included in a security message is the position of the hazard and the safety warning. Alright? And for number 9, which of the following is an example of a weather condition that may require a security broadcast? So, which of the following, no, that you will require a security broadcast? Of course, it's the dense fog reducing visibility. Right? The zero visibility or the heavy fog, this is already a requirement for you to make a security broadcast. Alright? So next, for number 10, which statement best describes the purpose of a security message? So which statement, A, B, C, or D, describes the purpose? Alright, it's, yes, letter D. Isn't it? It's because you are giving a warning to the other vessels. It says here to warn vessels about navigational or meteorological hazards for safe navigation. Right? You are giving information. You are giving a warning to other vessels. Right? And then, oh yes. Alright. So, that's our lesson for today, everyone. Now, as we conclude, our hearts are full of gratitude. We want to extend our ultimate and deepest thanks to Gyumyang Shipping Seafarers Union. Now, of course, this maritime course was just an idea before, but through the union's generous support, for the funding, and the belief in our crew. They made it entirely possible. And their commitment to this program proves that they firmly behind our seafarers. No, not just in the workplace, but in your continuous education, like for the safety and for the future success of the global stage. No? To the leadership and all the members of the Gumiang Shipping Seafarers Union, thank you for being the backbone of this initiative and for always championing the welfare of our maritime community. To our participants, no, congratulations on completing this milestone. As you return to your duties or prepare to head out to sea, no? You carry the confidence and skills you've learned here with you. So, thank you guys. Thank you once again to the union. Thank you to everyone who made this event success. And have a safe journey home. Smooth sailing ahead, everyone. Thank you. And this is your teacher for today, Teacher Shelly. I'll see you all again on Wednesday. Okay? Bye, everyone. Have a good day.